We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello, and welcome to Icons of Wider World here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm your GM, Jason, and with me today is Curtis playing any or all of his characters, Mike playing any or all of his characters, Taylor also playing any or all of his characters, and Zach is back with us playing any and all of his characters. Today will probably be any rather than all, but yeah. All right, so we left our heroes last session. There's been a big gathering on the orbiting spaceship that acts as the Spear Team's base. All of our player characters, along with quite a few other heroes from around the world.
And villains.
There was a squad of villains. They seem to be under very tight control, however.
Oh, like they're going to do anything on a spaceship.
Well, at least one of them can survive in space, so he might. You know. It was, after all, his ship at one time. He's a little bitter about that.
He's a pirate. He'll get the fuck over it.
Or he won't. Where was I? All right, meeting at the ship. So it's explained to you about these three harbingers. They seem to worship something called the Quill Kick. There was a being that referred to himself as the Mourner of the Cosmos that has seen these Quill Kick destroy multiple universes, including his own. It seems to be a natural... they seem to be part of the natural life cycle of a universe. But he's seen them where they appear to show up too early, when there's still life teeming in the universe. It is especially early for them to be trying to show up now. A group of folks being led by Muckboot were being sent out in Muckboot's ship to out to this rift outside of the orbit of Pluto. Where there seems to be some sort of gateway opening up is what these harbingers came through. It is apparently not large enough for the Quill Kick to follow them through yet. But they've been watching for these three harbingers. They had identified one as potentially human. He seemed to resemble a World War II villain called the Reliquary, who some of the heroes had encounters with. Some of them, like the Primus, had encountered him back during the war. And then both the Spear Team and the team that would become known as the Haunted both encountered him when Earth was being invaded from an alternate world. They encountered him in that alternate world trying to find his way home. Apparently, he found it by going to wherever the Quill Kick are first and then coming through. A small group of heroes dispatched to Seattle, where a local hero, Dynaman, had gotten into a fight with one of the other harbingers, a kind of reptilian humanoid. Only to have the lead harbinger, the Basileus, that the Spirit Team had encountered, show up and basically neutralize his powers. So he had dropped out of the air, hit a building, was in critical condition. But the injured reptile was thought to still be there. A team of volunteers went in to see if they could find him. That was made up of St. Munel Bruja, Patience, and Serpent Boy.
Which, real talk, not enough to handle the problem.
Right.
It was a rough fight. Patience was a wonderful choice to go in and find him, though. They had very little difficulty finding him. But he had been converting humans into followers, or kind of mutates that had to do what he said. Big fight in the park. Everybody except Patience got roughed up pretty good. Jay eventually took down the last half of the minions with a song and dance number that they all had to join in with. Let's see, Serpent Boy got dropped, but Patience was able to patch him up and get him up and moving again. The Basileus arrived, turned off the powers of everybody in the area. But by that point, reinforcements were arriving. Or no, excuse me, the reinforcements had arrived first. The Primus, what was it? The Primus, one of the ensigns, and some masked, but otherwise, uncostumed people that had come in with the ensigns and walkabout. Then the Basileus neutralized everybody's abilities, except the Primus seemed to be resistant to it. And they started an aerial battle that carried them off over the city. Where everybody else got up and, with the help of some spear agents that showed up, began basically taking all the mutated people into custody, taking the Harbinger that had been dropped into custody. So we'll be starting up today. It'll be a couple days later. Everybody involved in that has gotten their abilities back. It's a temporary thing. Further effort by Spear has gone into trying to track the Harbingers. It is reported that, or news report showed a lot of the fight between the Basileus and the Primus. And the fight, it seemed to be pretty fair. Both sides seemed to be taking some damage and dealing some damage. But the fight came to an end when the Basileus damaged a building. And in the time it took the Primus to secure the building and get, rescue people, the Basileus had managed to get away. None of your heroes know where the reptilian Harbinger is being kept.
Hopefully about 8 feet under the ground.
I know I give that guy a name. Where did it? Kroom.
Yeah.
Spear just says it's a secure facility as they're investigating his power, trying to find a way to change these people he mutated back. They've got their best people working on it. The Basileus has been spotted in a few other places, but doesn't seem to be staying still long enough for anybody to really intercept him. However, the call goes out today for some volunteers. The one believed to be the Reliquary has been spotted. Agent Oliver sends out, along the communique or the comm system y'all got, because everybody's been given a method for him to contact you. He's asking for a quick team of volunteers. So basically, everybody pick one of your characters that would like to go after the Reliquary.
I'm gonna say Wolfwitch is absolutely down for a reach.
Slapshot is up for vengeance.
Same with Whippet.
I would say Jay would be a good one to bring up against the Reliquary, but I just used him last time. So I'm going to totally mismatch each of your adventures, and I'll send the tank that should have gone last time, and Land Shark will go after the Reliquary.
All right, so we've got Slapshot, Wolf Witch, who was it you said you were taking, Mike?
Everlast.
Oh, yes, of course. And Land Shark. Tolliver has y'all meet up on the ship, essentially wherever y'all are located, which for 3 of you is probably the same city, but he sends Walkabout down to pick you up. Land Shark might have already been on the ship because the Spear team is staying up there a lot. And for some reason, Agent Tolliver seems to be a lot more comfortable with you on the ship. Or with Land Shark on the ship, I should say.
I don't know why.
I don't know. However, when he walks in the room, he does not look pleased. They tell you they spotted the Reliquary in Greece early this morning. Before they could even start to scramble anybody, though, he was gone. He popped up in Cairo after that. Oh no, excuse me, in Alexandria after that. In Egypt, though. And then a monitoring station just happened to catch sight of him shortly after that. He was already calling y'all up by that point. But they spotted him in Istanbul.
Not Constantinople. Sorry, I
Slapshot would look at Wolfwitch meat. That's Constantinople.
How old is Wolf Witch?
200.
Not even close to old enough.
Yeah.
Well, Constantinople only fell in, 200 years, yes, not close enough, but it only fell back in 1453.
That's right.
Like Columbus was like 2 years old when it fell. So.
How old do you think I am? And keep in mind, there are no good answers.
20?
Touch the hockey stick and I'll find out.
I prefer not to handle objects that have their own opinion about things. With respect. She just nods to the hockey stick.
She thinks she's being respectful.
Hockey stick don't care. All right.
No, I'm trying to be respectful to the hockey stick.
But in these other in the first 2 locations, he appears to have been hitting museums or historical sites. There were some objects stolen in both locations out of museums. But in Istanbul, he just seems to be standing there. Literally just standing on top of one of the remaining pieces of the Theodosian Walls. Which were the huge walls that kept Constantinople safe for so long. Until the Turks showed up with the largest cannon ever made. But like I said, he just seems to be standing there, so they're sending y'all down now.
Off the top of Wolfwitch's head, would you know if there's any sort of occult importance to the walls or that general area?
To the walls themselves, not necessarily. There were some after the fall of the city. There were some legends spring up about Emperor Constantine. That he hadn't died. That he would rise up out of this one particular gate in the city to retake the city someday. One of the Turkish rulers actually had that gate filled in at one point. But you're not sure that part of the wall even still standing now. Now, Constantinople did have a lot of religious relics that had been gathered from other places and brought there. But some of those were smuggled out of the city before it fell, or had been lost before that rolled, before the siege. So nothing really currently active, or anything that the magic community knows about it is kind of currently in circulation, I should say. They're gonna have walkabout. Walkabout is basically gonna run y'all down there and then immediately get out. Think of him kind of like the military chopper, dropping you off and then pulling back so he can come in for the pickup later.
Or gateway that's going to lead us all into the Siege Perilous.
When I built Walkabout, he was intentionally the anti-gateway. He doesn't sit there to open his portals. He runs around. He's not old. He's young. He's not completely silent. He talks a lot. That was literally how I went in designing him.
Sorry, guys. We're all going to die at the end of this campaign.
We can recreate our characters as teenagers and then keep playing them.
Stop.
Now I'm picturing all your characters, but now I'm picturing them as little kids, still in costume, but like little kids. Icon babies.
They're adorable and so much more marketable.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I loved Mojo Mayhem that had the
X babies
in it.
I've actually never read. I've seen pictures of them. I've never read a book that had those guys.
I think that's probably evidence that Chris Claremont and Arthur Adams were doing drugs back then.
You write the X-Men for 20 years. You're going, not all your ideals are going to be brilliant. I'm sure the whole Mojo verse was a, critique of, modern society at the time. It kind of had an early MTV vibe to it. All right. So y'all are lining up to take off. Oh, go ahead.
Where in Istanbul is the reliquary? You said he was just standing there. Is there
atop the
a
Theodosian
specific
Walls.
location? Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that part.
So what Tolliver wants you to do is, capture this guy, obviously, preferably in a way that he can be questioned. They've got permission from the Turkish government to go in and try to apprehend him, and then he locks eyes with Landshark. Do not tear down these walls.
I'll slap him on the back. Don't worry, Tolliver. We got this.
The rest of you looks like, please keep him away from any other historical sites.
I make no promises.
You're not 100% sure if he's talking about the Reliquary or if he's talking about Landshark when he says this.
Are there any local heroes who've who could join us or who have already encountered the Reliquary.
Not that they are currently in contact with. Native heroes of Turkey tend to keep a low profile. The government's been trying to kind of drum up, a little more interest in like a national super team, but they're not having a lot of luck yet. Which is a problem of various countries around the world are having. All right, so if y'all don't have anything else to ask Tolliver, then y'all can all join hands with Walkabout. Take a few quick steps. Oh, go ahead.
Does Tolliver leave the room?
He doesn't leave the room. He just steps back to give y'all a little space to take those few running steps you need.
All right, then. Slapshot will not speak.
What does Slapshot know about Tolliver to make him suspicious?
No. Slapshot plans to say something to someone else. Doesn't want Tolliver to hear them say it.
Oh, okay. All right, then with a few quick steps, y'all are traveling through the dream time. Or y'all are
Could
in
we
the
have
dream
asked
time.
Tolliver about insurance?
No.
That would have been in your introductory packet they gave you when you joined here.
Well, I meant like sort of like automobile insurance, like accident insurance, like for damage we cause. Liability insurance, that's what
Look, man, he just told you don't wreck it, so it shouldn't be that hard.
I
On the walk down, Slapshot is describing things in just referencing all the things that, oh man, that hasn't been alive since, oh man, that's been dead for forever. Oh man, I ain't seen that since. just the odd thing of.
Please, Slapshot, you're acting like a tourist. I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah, but you never spoke to them.
She does a little double take at him and just files that away from lady.
It's the first time I've seen them and not have to drag them to a place. It's nice to see them in their natural habitat. Or well, what was their natural habitat?
So at first, y'all are plummeting almost straight down, and then as you get closer to the Mediterranean, you start kind of, leveling out and angling towards the city. Now, the Golden Horn comes into view. And from orbit, it seems to take a while. Once you get down kind of at a lower level, though, it becomes obvious just how fast you're traveling. And then it's down and kind of, level with the top of the wall for just a moment. And then your feet hit solid surface. And y'all come to a couple of quick steps that come to a stop. Walkabout tells you good luck. Slaps, the closest one of you to him on the shoulder and takes back off.
Okay, great. Now that we're alone, Slapshot puts his hand on Landshark. So you know how Tolliver said don't destroy anything? Ignore that. The great-great-great-great-grandchildren of the people that built these walls no longer exist. Do what you have to do to take him.
All right.
Whatever happens, we'll just blame on the Reliquary. That's what I was gonna do.
Well, I mean, if we don't succeed, we all die anyway. So what's a wall to that? It's built. It's built for people to survive. If we use it to survive, that's its purpose being used.
Well, currently it's used as a tourist attraction, but okay.
It's not what it was built for.
No, it was not what it was built for.
It was built to keep people from dying, and it failed, but it also succeeded a little bit.
It succeeded for about 1,000 years. Give it
Yeah,
its proper props.
Yeah, it succeeded until it didn't. Just like everything else.
I wasn't joking when I said it took the largest cannon ever made to take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
200 blinks of the eyes of God. Ooh, it was so long.
This is all coming out of a hockey player's mouth. Very strange. Off in the distance, you can see a robed figure standing with his arms behind his back.
This isn't the mourner, is it?
No,
Probably
it's
the
the
Reliquary.
Probably the Reliquary, because that was what we assumed was the Reliquary was a robed figure, and
No, it was a robed figure
I don't-
using a spear, which is also something the Reliquary did.
Yeah.
I thought I had a picture of the Reliquary I could throw up for y'all, but I am not finding it now. All right, what are you doing? Y'all see him off in the distance?
oh hi, I'm Bruce, and I'm a shark.
Did any of us bring flight?
No,
Lord have mercy, we are not smart.
Well, you're a spellcaster, so haven't we just brought out every pirate with us?
Yeah. I can give everyone the ability to fly if y'all want.
I don't know. Bruce is a land shark, not an air shark.
Wait, is Landshark's actual name Bruce?
Bruce Brody.
Oh my
Actually,
He alliterated.
Quentin Bruce Brody. Actually,
god. I like that.
the person that named him was a movie buff and named him after characters from Jaws.
Nice.
Are you okay with flying?
Oh yeah.
All right,
How does that work? Happy
It's like
thought?
swimming, but in the air.
Yeah, pretty.
Oh.
Oh yeah, wolf witches, because wolf witch is so big on happy thoughts.
Oh, well, they're happy thoughts to me. It's just they're also the kind of things that might get her put on the FBI's most wanted as a precaution. Sometimes.
All right,
But
so are you gonna try to cast like an area flight spell?
yeah. And Whirlwind Jack just cast magic.
That's interesting.
Put that down, but 14.
All right, and what level are you casting the spell at?
I was going for level 7.
All right, let me roll a difficulty. But not on a d20. Hang on a second.
Ooh, I was really concerned for a second.
Well, it's bad because you rolled a d6, I rolled a d20, and I only beat you by 1.
Yeah.
That does not speak well for how the dice are going to treat me today. All right. So you pull the spell off without any trouble.
So now everybody has a pair of wings, except for Landshark, who has a pair of shark fins
Oh sweet.
coming out of his back. They'll just flap when he needs them to.
Are they like sail-like or just like regular fin-like?
They're just great big shark fins.
Okay.
It's still almost shaped right. All right, so y'all all have wings. And as you move forward, Bruce introduces himself. The reliquary turns, looks you up and down. Once you see under the hood, it's an older guy with a beard. He's got the spear, and the spear had just been standing up next to him when he was standing with his hands. As he turns, he kind of he grabs the spear, but not. He's not positioning it aggressively. It's like he's propping on it like an old man's walking stick.
It's been some time. How are you?
I'm alive. I finally made it home.
And you
that's
brought
Pardon
the
me, sir.
interface with
Pardon me,
you.
sir, but did you say you were a shark?
Yes, I am.
And someone turned you into a man?
No.
Or did they just graft
And
some shark fins on your
and
back?
I just kind of confidentially whispered to him, "I'm presenting."
I see. Well, you may call me the Reliquary. I have made the acquaintance of some of your friends.
I won't be surprised that you decide to stab the rest of our world in the back again, but well, once a traitor, always a traitor. Just
If you simply
honestly,
allowed me to come home when we first met, this current unpleasantness would not be happening.
I won't lie, I'm still a little bit disappointed in you that someone of your capabilities decided to grovel to things.
When I arrived in their world, I was given little choice. You've seen what the Basileus can do.
Death was always a choice.
Hmm. I plan to see the stars burn out, but given the choice, I'd probably have slit my own. I thought you were a man.
It's easy to talk big like that when you haven't seen what I have seen.
It's easy for a worm to act like a man whenever it has teeth.
You seem to be taking this very personally, madam.
In our first encounter, you hurt someone who came to be rather dear to me. But that is in the past, and I simply seek to make a more permanent, what's the word I'm looking for? A more permanent balancing of it for what you've done to Everlast and what you've opted to do to our entire universe.
This was going
Destroying the
to happen
universe
to our
is
university.
bad.
What was that?
Destroying the universe is bad.
Death is a natural part of life.
And yet, at every turn, we hear that it is too soon for this universe.
If the gateway could be closed, I would close it, but the Basileus would kill me before I could even begin.
Not if you have the Primus nearby.
He looks at you. He's still alive?
And unaffected by the Basileus's ability to control others' power.
He's also grumpy.
That is interesting. It won't help once the quill kit get here, though.
Why so curious? What's so curious about him still being alive? All of his great powers, certainly an extended lifespan, comes no shock.
I suppose not. I suppose with his enhanced physique, a slower aging, I guess would fit. There simply aren't very many of the old guard that I remember still running around from what I've seen.
We understand you had an encounter with our mutual acquaintance, the Crucible, whenever you first re-arrived here.
He smiled big. Yes, there was some payback from the war.
While he kept me insufferably smug, I do not appreciate you removing him from the equation either. Tell me, did you kill him or simply force him to retreat?
Oh no, he did not escape our battle.
Ah, I see. Well, more's the pity. But I suppose that means there's room for advancement if things work out in our favor.
So what is it you've come here to accomplish?
Well, I suppose we've come here to retrieve you for questioning.
And they only sent
Oh.
4 of you?
He's
Well, we assumed you didn't work with them because you wanted to.
That's fair, but if you're wanting me to change sides, well, you really have no chance of winning, so it would be foolish for me to. Our world is about to perish. But if I live on, at least it will be remembered.
Yes, and a
Do I
very
need to state that it would only be remembered for a roughly 6,348 years before your brain eventually rotted itself out?
I don't think you
Even
understand the
mine
sort of
did.
enhancements that the Basileus have given me.
Besides, we're here to save the universe. That's why we sent the big guns.
You just told me the Primus is still alive, but they sent you.
I'm not as old and grumpy.
And he's much more adorable.
And to be fair, they punch at about the same range.
Oh, really? He seems to kind of be examining Bruce.
So why don't you just come with us back to headquarters and, we'll have cookies and discuss saving the universe.
Well, that is a fascinating offer. But I am rather busy today. I took a few moments to stand here. I'd always wanted to visit Constantinople. Never did
Not
get
this
the
time?
chance during the war.
It's Istanbul.
He just kind of shrugged his shoulders like, yeah, I don't care. In his youth, European or Western writers were as likely to call it one name as the other.
Wait, you don't look very busy. What were you doing?
I told you I took a moment to visit this place that I'd always wanted to see, but won't be here much longer.
So that's all you were doing here, just sightseeing.
Yes.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to try to bring the dead back to life or something and really bother me.
No, necromancy is not my thing.
We may yet be able to be friends.
Though my
You know,
perceptions are expanded from the last time we met. Your weapon is not what first appears.
It is a tool that appears as what it needs to appear as. I needed a hockey stick. It's a hockey.
I believe when I take it from you, I will make it more traditional.
When you take it from me, we'll both die.
Doubtful. Is it really self-aware, like the legends say?
I doubt it would have much to say to you.
Ah, but it might want to survive the end of this universe. As part of my collection, it could.
I don't think we'd really appreciate losing what we're training. And Slapshot takes a minute to his eyes dart for a second, thinking that was a very strange sentence to say.
Very well. I suppose this is going to turn to violence. He takes one step back and then taps a spear on the ground or on the top of the wall a couple times. The wall begins to shake, and stones begin peeling themselves up out of the wall into vaguely humanoid forms.
They're made of stone.
They are made of stone.
Wolf,
This
which will
fight's
slap.
about to be fun.
Just gonna slap Lancer on the back. Glad you decided to come.
Thank you, Reliquary. This is going to be fun.
I hope you enjoy yourself. And then with a command, that little army of golems he's created start forward. Go ahead and give me initiative roll.
Ooh, a whole 8.
Alright, and we need Everlass, Slapshot, Wolf Witch.
Dang it. Sorry.
No.
Here we go.
Have exactly one character that ever gets to go first. Everyone else is
Okay.
always faster.
There we go.
Oh, wait. Go ahead of somebody at least.
Alright, now where's one of my hooded guys? Alright, all of a sudden it's not letting me add turns for folks. What's going on here?
Sick puppy.
Oh, I know what the problem is. I don't have y'all on the right. I still got y'all sitting on Seattle, don't I?
Yes.
Okay, I see what I did.
Oh. I just hurt myself.
How's that?
Because it changed. I looked at the words and went, ah. And I looked up and went, Oshita Bridge? And I'm like, ah, no, no. Why? That's in Japan. I know it's not going to be here. It's just a fun bridge. Mostly because they have the English name for it right underneath, and it just looks like it says, oh shit, a bridge.
That makes it memorable, I guess.
Well, like right under Lagos University Teaching Hospital, there's an O and bridge, and my brain skipped over all the letters in between that and went, "Oh shit, a bridge!" I was just ready for it.
All
I
right.
was Googling images of this wall. It's a nice looking wall.
Oh, it was a super impressive back in its day. It's the main reason the Eastern Empire lasted as long as it did. All right. Sorry, okay, I'm screwing everything up. Hang on just 1 second. I was throwing characters down the wrong level. This makes great radio, I know. All right, now let's put Slapshot down there and Everlast. Wolfwitch. Bruce Brody, Land Shark. Random Hooded Man. Now add a turn is there like it's supposed to be. Alright, that's much better. Let's see, so coordination and military for his initiative. Alright, so Reliquary got a 7. Wolfwitch got 18. Everlast got an 11. And Slapshot got an 8.
Yup.
And I am simply going to let the golems go on Reliquary's turn. Curtis, did you get a 4?
I got a 7. When I
Oh,
rolled
that's
the
right.
4, I didn't have the modifier on it.
Okay. So Land Shark got a 7 as well. All right. All right. The top of the order is Everlast.
All right. First of all, can I get a reminder? Who was it that held Everlast in captivity? That wasn't that was a different villain, right? Not Reliquary.
That was
The Pantheon.
That's right.
I'm blanking on the head guy's name.
Thank you. Anyway, are
Headsman?
Well, the headsman was the flunky that actually took her into captivity. Yes.
Okay.
but it was the Pantheon who was the head of that operation.
Right. This is the guy that stabbed you in the other world.
Okay. Right. Oh, right. During the Earth invasion.
Right at the very beginning.
That's right. I forgot she was at both adventures. Are the golems in between us and Reliquary?
Yes, he took a step back and hit him, and then kind of kept walking back as they kept popping up out of the ground in front of him. So
Okay,
out of the top of the wall.
I guess I'll run to the closest one and try to smash it.
Okay.
Nice and simple. Let me just reconfigure my character sheet so I've got all my buttons on display. And here we go.
All right, so you got an 8. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, you beat him by 1.
Cool.
And you got a strength of
8.
8. All right, that gets past their damage. So the first one you run up to, you just hit its center mass, and it just a spider web of cracks throughout its entire torso. the entire center chunk just sort of crumbles, which lets all the limbs just sort of flop around.
Cool. How many more are there? I mean, I'm assuming this one's
Oh.
not down yet, but
You haven't had time to
cool.
count. There's quite a few.
It's a bunch. Okay.
All right, next up is Wolf Witch.
I suppose I'm going to wrap a ranged affliction spell. Just something to toss right in his face whenever I get a chance. And I'm gonna try for rank 7.
Okay. So the difficulty will be 7 plus a roll.
And I can add my cult roll to the
Yes, your occult
yeah.
can add to it. 13 is the number to beat because I rolled max.
Damn.
And you rolled a 14, so you pull the spell. Next round, you will have the spell. Next up is Slapshot.
Am I in range to get into melee with Reliquary?
You'd have to work your way around all the golems.
Am I allowed to use my phasing to get through them and then strike at the Reliquary?
I don't think phasing takes an action per se.
I'll double check on the, because I haven't used Slapshot in a while, so let me get to phasing and double check it.
You do that while I'm looking up one of his abilities. He's going to need it just a minute, I suspect. Let's see, do they call that phasing or is it called something else? Nope, it's called phasing. I just found it. And we're going to make power tests to get through energy fields. That's not an issue here. Mental power still work. I don't see anything about it taking an action.
All right, then. Now, after it's done, I will still have to roll because I do have the limit burnout on it.
Okay.
Which I think burnout is just, it stops working for the rest of the fight.
All right, so you take off and you start skating forward. Now, are you actually wearing ice skates, or you're wearing rollerblades, or how is your guy dressed?
Oh, it's a hockey uniform, save for like the boots. Looks like boots without the blades on them.
Oh, okay.
Because I can skate across surfaces without them. So
okay. So you still move like you're skating, but you're not actually walking around on blades all the time.
Right.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you shoot forward through the golems without any trouble.
Now, my next question: does Aura take a action?
You do not have to make an attack roll for your aura. It happens if they touch you or if you touch them. But like if there's a roll to resist it, then it's a any kind of resistance roll they'd have would be that would still go down. In your case, it's more or less just an automatic hit. But it's again, it's like damage resistance. It's counted as a separate attack. It's not like added to the first attack.
Yeah. Then charging at him, phase through, aura on, which is going to hurt me after I do it, and then I'll strike at him
All right.
And I'll use the qualities. This quality doesn't. I have a quality that doesn't technically count anymore.
What's that?
I don't know what my friend does.
Yeah, that one's probably been changed out.
I think I need to change the don't and just remove the don't.
All right, but you're planning to tap something.
Yeah, to help make sure my strike hit.
Okay.
So Slapshot's entire self seems to become shadowy in broad daylight, with it kind of floating off him as he just runs straight through the golems towards Reliquary. Let me get that custom roll set up.
Awesome. This is just like that fight scene in Flash Gordon.
All right, swings with a 12.
All right. And you spend a determination point, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, give yourself back a determination point, as the Reliquary is going to tap his quality villainous veteran of the Second World War. He's been around the block. He knows how to fight. So that gives him. All right. Oh, but he still don't pull it off because I don't roll good.
All right, so
he tries to block the spear, but you manage to kind of work around and tag him anyway.
So he's been hit by it.
Mm-hmm.
And now the extra for my strike ability activate.
All right,
Affliction. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, we now have to make a roll, a prowess test. I think. Hold on.
Okay.
Read affliction and see how you want to. Because I was allowed to add this as a secondary effect.
Okay, now affliction would be a separate power you were using.
Oh, I think I've. How's this never come up?
Well, I thought you had aura, which does extra damage. Now, are you trying to do physical damage by hitting him with a hockey stick, or was that just to deliver the affliction?
Well, I have it written as strike extra secondary effect affliction. So let me find secondary effect.
The secondary effect affliction, I believe, is working like you're talking about.
Okay. Let me see. Secondary effect. Your power is an additional effect when used, equivalent to that of another power. For example, your strike power might be a carrier for an affliction. Okay. The example
pretty
it states for
example.
secondary effect. Yeah, very much.
Great power.
Ripping and tossing. You can only use the secondary effect in conjunction with the first power.
Yeah, basically you have to hit him with the stick. Yeah. All right, affliction.
Which is what the attack was. So now now it goes to the affliction test.
All right, now what does he? You have to choose. Let's see. When an affliction test against the higher of the target's strength or regeneration. All right, so he will use his strength.
And do I need to roll for the affliction for its base number? Or is its base number just the power level?
The affliction test is the power level of the affliction. Okay, which, if it's an extra, is going to be whatever power you've got.
Yeah, so it's just a 4.
All right. All right, so he rolled a 7. And then you roll a d6 plus that. Maybe specify that.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah, there's always a dice roll. All right, you beat him by 2, so that's a moderate success.
Like a moderate success?
Hang on. Well, marginal would be a tie.
Sweet, because moderate success is the best that affliction can do.
Yeah, it's a weird one like that. Yeah.
Then it inflicts the affliction's level as stamina damage, ignoring damage resistance.
All right, so that bypasses
Ooh.
Lancelot's armor that he's wearing.
The affliction continues, and another tester is required on the following page at the start of your panel. But that's for later.
Ouch.
All right, so how much do you do?
That'll be just 4 stamina from the affliction. The main attack is a strike, so it's
So it's 4 regular physical damage plus 4
Or,
affliction
well,
damage.
well, my strength is 6, so it does the higher of the 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just 6 damage
All right, so
plus the
his
4
armor
affliction.
affects the initial physical strike.
Yeah.
And then you said it was 6 for the affliction.
Yes, and then the aura damage.
All right, how much is the aura damage?
It'll be they suffer your aura's damage. If you strike an opponent, they suffer your aura's damage as a secondary effect of your normal strength damage. So it'd just be 6 again.
Okay. But the armor factors into that one, so... All right. He looks a bit surprised. You know, he didn't
It was a
expect
mean
this fight
hit.
to be painless, but that really hurt.
Also, limit tiring. I take 2 damage from doing that.
Mhm.
All right. And also roll to see if you burned out your
Yes, I'll need to do that as
your
well.
phasing.
I did not. It's only on 1 or a 2.
All right, so you're fine. And the old man's kind of staggering back from like he can't quite catch his breath. And then it is Landshark's turn.
I am going to use my earth control to start gathering up the golems, and assuming that I am able to do that, and there's not some magical reason I can't, and start fusing them into my own big earthy globby mess
All right.
that probably resembles a shark with legs. Even though I can't make golems, I can at least make a statue.
All right. Is elemental control. All right, so you're wanting to affect multiple targets with it. Do you have the area effect on it? Actually, you are.
I do not.
Okay.
Just
No,
treat
for
the
earth
earth.
for earth control, it seemed kind of silly to.
So just treat the earth like a book, and just fold the page in half, collapsing all the truth.
Well, yeah, there's that.
All right. Give me a elemental control roll. That will be basically your attack roll. So your elemental control plus a d6. If you have any ranks in the specialty power, you can add those. It will be versus their prowess. or coordination.
His only specialty is sculpture to make mostly shark statues. So I don't think that would apply. Although it will make it look, I could apply it to make it look like what I want it to look like when I'm done.
All right, well, go ahead and give me a roll, and they'll roll their prowess to try to avoid, to jump out of the way of where you're folding earth over on them. Let's see, but their stats are not the greatest. Okay. So yeah, the wall with chunks missing where they've stood up, suddenly kind of wrinkles and folds over. Oh wait, I gotta roll a few rolls because I forgot there's more than the one of them. Okay. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, they can't actually roll high and get out of the way, so that was pointless.
No, it helped give us a number that will now no longer exist.
Yes, that number no longer matters now, though. So yeah, the ground just kind of ripples up and rolls over on them, almost like a blanket's being thrown over them, and then it kind of crumples up into a ball that then kind of spreads back out into a shark sculpture. Now you said a
Hey,
shark with legs. Does it have
Reliquary.
4 legs?
Yeah.
Does
Like
it have
a
legs
shark
instead of
dog or
its
something,
fins,
I
or just
guess.
legs up under the fins?
Legs under the fins, I'd say.
Okay.
Hey, Reliquary, you should have gone for the cookies.
And then it's Reliquary's turn. He takes a step back away from Slapshot, pulls back with a spear, slices down. Slapshot, you're easily able to step out of the way, which is when you realize he's not really attacking you as the air in front of him rips open.
Oh.
You're looking at a hole in the air to somewhere else. Hot air blows in your face. You see
I would like to state.
Beg pardon?
I would like to state right now, if that air is poisonous, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, excuse me. The air probably wouldn't be much hotter than where it's at now. But it's definitely well. It's a little bit warmer. There's a difference in temperature. It still appears to be a city. You see a hospital in the distance. Well, I mean, not the far distance, but where you're looking through, you can see a hospital out there. You just do make out the name Lagos before that rip shuts. The Reliquary is no longer in front of you. Clearly, he stepped through the other side of the rip.
Are the golems still active?
No, Curtis crushed all them.
Oh, right.
Or excuse me, Land Shark crushed all them. There's now a land shark shaped statue.
Well, no, you're welcome, Turkey. New tourist attraction / cultural blemish.
We'll just set this up there on the Golden Gate next to the chariot being pulled by elephants. There we go.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sorry about having to repave the top of this wall. Oops.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do that.
Yes, clearly the Reliquary created a shark statue.
Well, no, we created the statue, but he created rock warriors, and there was a solution on hand. He wasn't going to put the rock warriors back in the wall when he was done.
Oh, doesn't Bruce have to make a roll whenever he uses his earth control?
Yes.
No, that's the earthquake.
That's
control.
the specific. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought
Wow, Land Shark's way more useful than I thought.
You know, I just realized that Everlast should have just used their super speed to try to outmaneuver the columns and try to get a wrestling hold on to Reliquary. Got to remember that next time.
Oh yeah. I always think of her as a brick, as an agile brick. I forget she's an actual speedster.
Right? Yeah. So do I. Sometimes.
I mean, the first time you tried that, she got stabbed.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But by this guy specifically.
Okay, Curtis. Earthquake is essentially how you use earth control to do area effect attacks, which is effectively what you did, even though it was described differently. So go ahead and give me a roll on that uncontrollable.
Well, and actually, uncontrolled means you can trigger it whenever you want. You don't
Oh, that's
actually.
right.
I don't actually roll
I
on
usually
it.
do it when you. In that case, we won't
Usually,
worry
it
about it.
happens when you.
Go ahead.
Usually, it would be triggered if he's, in water or something. But
Or something else to make you really
as-
emotional.
Yeah, as game master, you have the ability to just set it off.
That's right. That I was thinking of something different. All right. All right, y'all are now standing up here by yourself.
Slapshot turns. Wolf Witch, the other end of the portal still said Lagos. He's somewhere around here. Can you find him?
No.
He's-
Ignore the map you're seeing in front of you.
Yeah, we're in Turkey right now, and
Yeah,
the map is where he went.
Yes, he is now in Nigeria, I
Yeah, Lagos is the or Lagos or however you pronounce it. I watched a video which literally had everybody saying the name, pronouncing it differently.
believe.
Because the name comes from like a Portuguese word for lakes, but that's not how anybody that lives in the city actually pronounces it.
Yeah.
But Wolf Witch or some of the more well-traveled ones would recognize the name immediately.
Also, it was a hospital. That helps narrow it down.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and make a open a portal to Lagos.
All right. So let's see. How high level do you have to be to teleport all the way there? Let's see. Thousands of miles, probably. What is Wolf Witch's rank in magic?
7.
So you can travel tens of miles.
Ooh, that might take a while. May take a
Well,
couple
If,
minutes.
if only you had another teleporter on call.
Yeah, I think we need to call walkabout. Surely we have some method of doing that.
Yes, all the heroes were given comm units at the first big meeting, so Spirit can get in touch with anybody when they need to. In fact, about the time you're thinking or saying that, the agent comes over your comms. What's going on? We've lost visual contact with him.
We need to walk about here now. Reliquary portal,
You hear
portal.
you hear him basically go, all right. Hold on a second. He's switching. There's a click, and you don't hear it for a second. Then when he clicks back, all right, he should be on his way. And about the time he says that, Walkabout pops in next to you.
Wolf Witch grabs him in Lagos, Nigeria, near the hospital.
It's a big city.
Does
There's
he
probably
mean-
several hospitals. But,
Yeah, I was about to. The one that says Lagos on it.
he goes, well, there's the Lagos University Teaching Hospital. That's one of the big ones.
Sounds as good as any.
So y'all link hands. Y'all jump off. As y'all pull off, Walkabout goes, Bruce, close your eyes.
Why?
Just do it.
Listen to a magic
Well, you
man.
gotta hold hands with people, so you can't cover your eyes with your hands.
Oh.
And the rest of you see, as he takes off, y'all are cutting across the Mediterranean. They had to deal with this issue the last time Walkabout worked with Landshark. As he starts to cut across the Sahara, though, he tells Bruce he can open his eyes now.
Look at all that land.
But then, as always, when y'all are traveling through the dream time, you also see other time periods overlaid.
Does Everlast recognize anything as we see as we travel across Egypt through any scenes from her prior life?
You're high enough up that you couldn't make out things on quite that individual level.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes it's desert under you, and then sometimes it's very swampy. You kind of see every type of environment that area of Africa has had.
Sure.
But for the most part, it's desert. Because that's how it is most of the time, the closest to y'all in time. And in a very short period of time, though, you arrive on the roof of the Lagos University Teaching Hospital.
Does it look like the hospital Slapshot saw through the portal? I don't know if the rest of us saw it or not.
He was standing right in front of the portal, so he would have been blocking other people. Might be blocking other people's views. But yes, a quick glance around, Slapshot, you're pretty sure this is the right spot.
Awesome. Time to kill this man.
No, we need him alive right now.
Oh
So,
yeah.
horribly maimed and crippled. Go ahead and do it.
Like I said, you saw it off a little ways. So he would have been arriving probably somewhere over in this part of the city. You think you recognize that bridge as well, as having been kind of between where you were looking and the.
All right, now we allow Walkabout to leave safely.
He pulls out his phone right quick and pulls it. Okay. Ah, that's good. He goes, "I'll be close by. You can call me directly on the comp links when you need me." And then as he turns to step away, you hear him talk to Tolliver. They can contact me directly, right? Okay, good. And then 2 or 3 quick steps, and he's gone. All right, y'all standing on top of the hospital. How do y'all want to go about finding this fella?
I suppose I could make a tracking spell of some sort. Let's see, what power would I need to copy to pull that off? ESP. Yes, I'd have to copy ESP, it looks like. Page 96 if you want to give it a look.
All right.
Yes. Extrasensory perception allows us to perceive things in distant locations as if you were actually there. See the benchmark table for an idea of the distance you can perceive. Use the lower of your power level or awareness for tests to notice and search for things going to USP. If location is shielded against your USP, make a power test against the level of that shielding.
All right. Now, using that one, you have to kind of know where the location is. Like you go, I'm going to look, in Beijing. Your view would be in the city. But then you'd have to look around the city to actually find him.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a long shot chance at trying to find out where we might encounter the Reliquary. If Everlast goes back to her temple, her private temple, as it were. One of the base powers that comes along with it is precognition. I could try to get a vision to see where I'm. That's of course assuming that the fates give the vision that we're hoping for of us encountering the Reliquary. We might get a chance to see where he is, and it's a long shot, but it's something.
Okay.
If we need it.
All right. Well, so what method do y'all want to go with?
I probably trust Wolf, which because I'm pretty sure her spellcasting ability is stronger than the blessings of my temple.
As an
Okay.
ancient lesson I once learned, magic must defeat magic.
That was from a cartoon. But yes, you're right, it is correct. For that question. Alright.
Alright, is that 11 what you rolled for your spell?
No, that was for whenever I was rolling to do a port.
Oh, that's right.
But then we realized, oh, it's not gonna be, I don't have the range.
Excuse me.
Oh well, not that it really matters.
Alright, and your powers are at rank 7?
Let's go with the rank. Probably bring it up at rank 5. Just make it a little bit easier on me.
Okay. Alright, you pull the spell off. And ESP lets you look around.
I am going to start looking around,
Alrighty, let's see.
taking quick glances all over the city as fast.
Okay.
First roll.
I misinterpreted how this worked. The specific example they give is actually exactly what you're trying to do. So you can
Wow,
actually
we are
look
really
for
good
him
at doing that.
in the area that you cover. You said you got it at 5 ranks, which is 10 or 20 blocks. All right, so you start looking around for him. You rolled a 12 on the actual roll. Then she rolls. What did she roll that versus?
Where does person?
Let's see. Use. All right, I'm gonna give it a random difficulty just for you to spot him because there's no wards or anything, so it's not gonna be anything particularly high. All right, y'all came through pretty quickly, so he hasn't gotten that far away from you. He's actually flying through the air, which is not something you knew he could do. Well, no, I take the lie back. He didn't demonstrate that the first time you met him. Some of the footage they had of him did show him doing that recently. Basically, he's just here, flying in this direction, if you can see that line I just put up.
About how fast is the thing going?
Pretty swift. I mean, you watch him for a few seconds, he starts to pass out of of the area you can see in.
Do we still have our flight, or has that expired?
As far as I know, it's still going.
Yeah, and that's at 7 degrees speed of sound. So I think the 4 of us can pretty quickly overtake him. 4. Yes, 4.
All right, so y'all take off. As you cross this bridge here, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. You see several holes in the air down at the level of the bridge. Cars are honking, traffic's backed up. Things are coming out of these portals,
Ooh.
and threatening the people on the bridge.
Hmm.
Are these the golems like before, or something entirely different?
These creatures have reptilian patches on them, or scaly patches. Sometimes they're in multiple colors. Probably discolor skin around where those patches are. There's reptilian eyes. They look a lot like the folks you tangled, or your other characters tangled with in Seattle.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Except not all of these look like they started off as human. Some of them have tails. Some of them have extra limbs. Some of them, they may have been some kind of amphibian species.
So perhaps prior survivors from prior universes who
Quite possibly.
remain under Kroom's transformative control.
All their clothing are in tatters. The ones of them that are wearing any.
But Kroon is still held captive by Spear, right?
Correct.
Yeah, perhaps these have been transformed before, and they're just. I guess it's a permanent transformation. Well, actually, we don't know that. We're hoping it's not, because we're still trying to restore the humans that underwent that.
It doesn't seem to be something that necessarily wears off, but they're hoping they can reverse it.
Yeah.
But as y'all fly down, you see a four-armed, kind of a burly four-armed, heavily furred creature. Well, heavily furred other than the patches of scales. Pick up a car and chunk it over the side of the bridge. You hear people in the car screaming as it goes over the side. What you gonna do, heroes?
Here's a question.
Mhm.
If one of us were to physically catch the car, would we be using flight or our strength to hold it?
You'll be using your strength to hold it.
Okay, well, I can do that. I
think y'all said your current level of flight is roughly the speed of sound.
Yes. So I'll swoop down and grab the car.
All right, give me a prowess roll. Need to be a 7.
Wrong way, Curtis. Tied to 7.
All right, so you hit the number. That's a marginal success. So you swoop down, you snag the back bumper with one hand, and it snaps off in your hand, but you're able to grab one of the supports, that it was attached to, and catch the car with that. Everybody inside the car got jolted around pretty bad, but yeah, hopefully they're wearing their seatbelts.
Well, I didn't say I wouldn't wreck the car.
You're insured, right? All right, so all y'all saw that. Y'all saw Bruce swoop down, grab the car. Not the most graceful rescue you've seen, but he did the job.
I'm actually going to suggest something kind of risky and say we split the group with 2 people dealing with the incident of what's going on the bridge and 2 people going after. Because
yes,
I don't think we can afford to let this guy escape.
Yeah, I mean we do. Yeah, I think we have. I think we can't not protect the bridge. So
who's going after Reliquary?
Wolf, which volunteers, because she's the the heaviest hitting spellcaster.
I mean, as far as like the bridge, I mean, it's basically just fighting off the what do we call these beings anyway? Do we have a pithy name for them yet?
I don't know that you do. What would you like to call them?
I think we were just calling them minions last time, so we don't want to call them that.
Goombas.
I'm fine with mini.
I like Goombas.
Well, Kroom made them, so shouldn't they be Kroombas?
Kroombas it is. I think we have a winner. So is it strictly is the bridge situation simply a matter of fighting off the Kroombas?
Yes, they don't seem to have any plan or organization. They're just kind of running out.
And the bridge is
stars.
not yet. Yeah, and the bridge is not yet as of yet crumbling or anything like that.
No, they don't seem to have damaged the bridge itself yet.
Okay, Everlast is up for Kroomba duty.
All right, what about Land Shark?
Let's see. Who was Slapshot? What team is he on?
Slapshot wants to kill the Reliquary.
Boy, he's gotten vicious. You're heroes, man. You're heroes.
An extended amount of time holding what I'm holding.
He is a hockey
is
player.
not the best thing.
That's true.
And also, Slapshot holds the seriousness of the situation very much of going, yeah, bridge full of people dying to stop everyone dying is an unfortunate sacrifice I'm willing. This guy can teleport and we're on his tail. He doesn't have time to teleport again. We have to catch him now.
It's a very grim point of view from a superhero that dresses like a hockey player.
It's fair enough.
It's not unreasonable.
In that case, Landshark will stay with the bridge. You know, he's already there, obviously. So he'll do bridge duty.
Okay.
So that's Wolfwitch and Slapshot going into the fight, and Everlast and Landshark taken care of.
The bridge. All right. Alrighty. In that case, all right, you two flying, the two of you flying after the Reliquary. Weird. The background of his miniature blends in with that ocean so well. Or lagoon. All right, so y'all streak off after the Reliquary. Let's see, he's had a few turns now, so he has been able to heal himself some. All right, y'all are zipping along. He looks back over his shoulder. You're just close to him that you can see him kind of look back over his shoulder, like he was aware something was coming up behind him. And with his spear, he starts making these little slashing gestures with the spear as he flies by, and more of those little portals open up. And winged creatures come out. They vary from about half the size of a person to about person-sized. As they approach, you can tell they're more Kroombas, obviously a flying species, though.
Pity that.
Hey guys,
some of them it's leathery wings, some of them it's reptilian wings, you know. Some insect species.
Only I've got shark wings.
So far, you're the only one flying with fins. Now you only have to master water, and you'll have all 3 arenas that you could combat somebody in. All right, so
Yeah, I knew I wanted to spend those points on aerial combat for Land Shark.
Mhm.
maybe next time you play, or you can end this season spending your advancements to.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be one for him.
All right, so we're just going to continue using the same initiative that we used before.
Sounds good.
So we'll go down in initiative order here, starting with Everlast on the bridge.
Yeah, so I think she's just going to start like grabbing Kroombas, flying them up, and then just. Is there a place I could drop them where they're not going to land on people or anything that shouldn't be damaged?
Glancing over the bridge, there is a. It's like there's another road down under it. So there's a few cars down there. So you could aim for the side of the road, parking lots and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I might just punch one to see if I can just take one out with a punch, and if not, then I'll just reserve to just
Okay.
the dropping them. So I'll see if I could just do the direct method at first.
All right, ready?
Yeah. So I'll fly at one. Yeah. Sorry, Curtis.
Oh, I was kind of thinking out loud. It's like what we really need to do is get that spear away from him.
Yeah. True. Let's well let me just see how powerful these Kroombas are, and if it looks like it will take too long to secure the bridge, then maybe we'll just have to go for the go straight for the spear. Does that sound decent? And also maybe do we want to do something where maybe Landshark just opens up a big like hole like in the earth, and I just start throwing Kroombas into it?
We could do that.
Yeah.
It won't help with the flying ones, but
Oh, right.
the ones
well,
on the
You don't have
ground.
any of the flying ones at the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah. Do you want to try that?
I can open up a big pit and we can just start dumping Kroombas in it.
Yeah. And there's like a bunch, right? It's not just like 3 or 4 or several. It's just like a crap load.
Oh no,
right?
there's at least 10 or 12 that have come flooding out.
Right.
And the portal's still open, isn't it? That they're coming out of?
As of
Or
right
did
now,
it
yes.
close?
Oh, okay, right. Could you actually like raise Earth to just envelop the portals?
Well, they're on a bridge, so you're not really dealing with Earth.
Well, that's true.
On the walls, it was all stone, so his powers would still affect it.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could get chunks of Earth and try to plug the portals.
Maybe.
It sounds like a Bruce Brody plan.
If you would like some mental assistance, there is probably dirt on the other side of the portal.
Well,
Yeah, do you need to actually see it to be able to control it?
I don't know if your power requires you to be touching the earth to use it.
so if I'm doing a trimmer or binding, yeah, but to grab a big chunk and throw it,
You just have to have a big chunk within range.
just have a big chunk within range.
You could see the other side of the portal and just go, whoop, and close it like a door with a rock. Just pull a mountain in front of the portal on the other side.
Yeah. But well, yeah, I guess while you figure that out, I can just go ahead and just punch one.
Like I said, it's multiple small portals on the bridge.
Yeah.
They're like doorway, size.
Still, it would be fun to plug them up.
Oh, absolutely. It would stop anything from the other side from coming through.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll just attack a Kroom. Let's see what happens. Let's see,
Alright.
just try to get a measure of these things. I've generated a 10 to hit.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, I rolled minimum. It's weird. I thought the box was supposed to be red when you rolled a 1. Huh? Alright, so they got 5 total. So yeah, you land a good firm punch on this one. And you're doing 8 points of damage, if I recall.
Yeah. That's right.
So yeah, you just kind of slam into him at high speeds. Let's see how tough these guys are. And he just kind of goes to the far end of the bridge, just kind of lands in a heap and just lays there.
Oh, very good then. Well, that's encouraging at least.
Because I'm using minion rules with these guys, so you don't have to do a lot of damage as long as you can get past what damage reduction they've got.
Yeah.
Which was a little harder with the last squad because last session because y'all didn't bring any of the bricks.
All right. I might want to consider starting to accept some like bridge damage to like do an area attack, but I'll worry about that next page.
All right, Wolf Witch. You have a small squad of flying things coming y'all's way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and paint with that affliction black. I still have prep.
Okay.
Ooh, not a good roll.
Bolt of Burning Blood. And this will be coordination for them. You hit, because I rolled another one. Well, for a total of 4. So how much damage did your affliction do?
It does, and it all damage except the affliction.
Okay, you broke up a little bit there. What were you saying? You still with us, Zach?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Now, what was it you were saying? You broke up a little bit.
It does 7 damage and ignores all damage reduction except affliction resistance.
Well, this guy does not have that, so he goes away. He screeches and just sort of starts shaking and kind of spasming as from your description, I'm assuming that it feels like his blood is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with the character Adam X, the Extreme?
I have made a promise to a buddy of mine that if he ever runs an X-Men game, that I will play Adam X.
The Extreme, the most 90s character ever. Except he doesn't carry guns, he just carries knives. And if he nicks you, then he can oxidize your blood so it feels like your blood's on fire. So anyway, this fella drops out of the air when you do that. Slapshot, also in pursuit.
Am I close enough to get in range of a hit on the Reliquary?
No, he's at least a couple of areas away from you.
It's unfortunate. How many enemies are there?
There are now 5 of the flyers.
I guess I'll take a crack at one and try to keep moving forward.
Okay. All right.
That's 6 in affliction.
Yeah, he goes away. Think of the scene in Well, the affliction's doing most of the damage, so you wouldn't be like cutting them in half with a hockey stick.
The hockey stick goes through them, and they fall.
That's fair. So he doesn't split in half like the Genosians in Attack the Clones, but where Wolf Witch's victim, actually kind of screeched and gave, clear voice to his pain. This one, your hockey stick just passed through it and it just drops.
You phrase
Like
that like I did something horrible to the.
That's probably how Wolf Witch would word it. She is kind of a witch and kind of the old-fashioned take on a witch. So yeah, you swat that one out of the way. Back to the bridge with Landshark.
Okay. So, am I close enough to use Earth from our side of the portal, or is it at a spot where I can't?
All right. So you're holding the car. What are you gonna do with the car?
Oh yeah, I need to set the car down on the bridge first.
All right. Well, so you get back up on top of the bridge.
And
set the
is
car
that
down.
my attack, or is that my action this turn, or?
The movement to get up to the bridge, you have a choice. You can set the car down in kind of the middle of the melee, and then still have enough time to get to a port to get within visual sight of a portal to try to pull dirt from the other side.
Okay.
Or you can set them down on the far end of the bridge. That's clear where they can just get up, drive off. But then you'll spend the rest of the rest of your action will be getting in position where you can do the portal thing next turn.
Yeah, I'll set them down where I'm close enough to get to the portal.
Okay. So you set them down. They start to thank you, and then they look at all the monsters still around them, and just start screaming.
Oh well, yeah. I'm not gonna put them in the middle of monsters. I guess I better not.
Because these portals are spread out. This is not a really, really tightly packed area. It's just that the cars have gotten all kind of cattywampus.
Yeah, I'll put them someplace.
All right, so you set them kind of outside of the mess, and they'll pill out. You hear calls of thank you out the windows as they. The little kids over in the back seat turn around and are like looking at you and waving as they drive off. Then you realize you've still got their bumper. All right, so you end your turn zipping over to one of the portals. Then it is all the baddies' turn. How did y'all all wind up going before the baddies? Like, not a one of you went after the baddies.
The die roll it.
Alright, so the Reliquary is going to do something with his magic. Alright, it's a specialty. Oh, hang on. Let me roll the difficulty. Alright, so this is I'm rolling the difficulty for what he's trying to do. So he's got to beat a 10. Okay, so whatever spell he's casting goes off. There's no immediately visible effect to the rest of you. And then on the bridge, 2 of the Kroombas charge Everlast. Let's see. They're going to attack you as individuals because without somebody here actually commanding them, they're not real tactical thinkers. So that's their prowess. All right, so the first one, rolls max, gets a 10.
All right, that's a tie.
All right, so they do half damage. Let's see, is it half round up or half round down? Oh, doesn't matter. They got a 6 strength. So, all right, so you take 3 points of damage. Does she
Done.
have any damage resistance?
Nope, still no.
All right.
I should get a
That's
just
right.
like a good
She's
old-fashioned
fairly
shield.
hard to hit, or should be.
She can take a lot of hits, but each one hurts.
Oh yeah, that's stamina. Yeah, you've actually got a fair number of the pre-built bricks in the setting. They're kind of like that. All right, and the second one, you only need to be 6 this time, so it's probably going to whiff.
Sweet. Do I roll evade for each one?
Yes, it's separate rolls for each one.
There you go.
All right, so that one you avoid completely. All right, so that was 2 of them. Four of them try to team up on a land shark. So let's see. This first one is just assisting his buddy.
Go ahead and roll my dodge.
All right, so he has managed to assist his buddy. Then the buddy takes a swing. All right, the buddy misses, so the fact that his friend was trying to help him hit harder isn't going to do nothing. Then the next 2 just attack individually with an 8 and a 10, respectively. All right, so one of them hit. That's 6 points of damage. How much damage resistance does Bruce have?
6.
Oh, okay. So you feel it. Bruce feels it. Guys. He's poking me. Then the big multi-armed furry one that chunked the car runs up to you. And he is a little bit stouter. So it's a 12 to hit you.
Ooh. I bet he hit me. Yeah, because I can't beat that anyway.
You gave it a really good shot, though.
I did.
So he beat you by 1, though, so that still does full damage. So you take 7, or he does 7 points of damage. Minus your resistance. So you take what, 1?
Yeah.
I guess he's not that much more impressive than the rest of the guys. He can just pick up more. And then several others continue to, harass people and tear doors off of cars, trying to get at people.
Still, I really felt that.
Yes. Oh, and then the flying ones, that's right. All right, 2 of the remaining flying ones try to latch on to Slapshot. They saw him, he took their buddy out, and they kind of come at him from either side.
Are they trying to grapple me?
They are trying to, well, one of them has got claws, they're trying to claw you. The other one's some kind of insect with pinchers, and he's trying to pinch you.
Oh, I was hoping it would be wrestling, where I have an advantage.
It's just flat out attacks.
All right.
7 for the first one.
Ooh, and I roll a 6.
All right. You take 6 points of damage then.
I fall out of the sky.
Oh no.
Oh.
Really?
I already took damage from my aura.
Oh,
the reason I can do one really good hit is because I hurt myself doing it.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also forgot about my darkness. You may have to adjust a number on the Reliquary. Because it has the extra of slow recovery.
Okay. What does that do exactly?
Maybe scroll up. I think it just makes healing half as effective. Let me roll up and check. Because it has been a long time. Targets of your power take 10 times longer to recover than usual. Okay, but healing powers. Okay, that doesn't affect healing power. It's just natural recovery.
Yeah, natural recovery is rough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So yeah, that was the guy runs up, claws you, you drop. The bug guy then just ignores you and groups it with his two buddies going after Wolf Witch.
Luckily, even if I fall in the ocean, I will not die.
How come?
Life support, breathing, and sleeping.
Ah, gotcha.
I can fall as long as I don't fall where the pressure crushes me.
Well, you would float, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You're in full hockey gear, so. All right, so 3 guys are attacking Wolf Witch. First one with a 5. All right, you dodge that one. Second one with a 9. You take that lick. That's 6 points.
Down by 3 stamina.
And the last guy. You take 3 points.
And I completely.
What now?
And I tank it completely.
Oh, okay. That's right. You've got some force shield or something up. You do, however, see Slapshot start spiraling down.
Yeah.
And he moves closer to where he was going, but y'all are in, well, I guess Slapshot isn't exactly in hot pursuit anymore, but during the round you had both moved. All right. So now we are back to the top of the order with Everlast.
All right, so I see. Okay, I've seen. Does it look like most? Have I gotten the attention of the Goombas after like knocking that one of them, to the horizon?
The ones that were close to you definitely noticed.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hope that they pursue me as I run towards where Slapshot is plummeting to try to catch him.
All right, now y'all are
And-
quite some distance away, so give me an awareness roll to see if you even notice him fall.
Okay. Oh, good point. Awareness. I've generated a 7.
Okay, that's going to be at least.
Oh, I guess I don't notice him.
Nope, it's too far away.
Right. So at this point, are there still people in the? Are there still civilians near me on the bridge, like in the cars and whatnot? Or are they?
Yes, there's one that's actually been grabbed by one of the Kroombas, so he can't get away.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There is one woman that she is leaned into her back seat, desperately trying to get a car seat out. Looks like, and there's a Kroomba approaching her.
Oh shoot. Okay.
For the most part, yeah, people are fleeing. The Kroombas are running them off, but a lot of the Kroombas don't seem to be that fast.
I'd like to see if I could try to punch one into another, like the one that's approaching that woman. See if I can like knock him into another freestanding Kroomba.
Spend a determination point, and I'll let you give it a shot.
Oh, sure. I'll be tagging the Warrior Reborn. And am I just adding +2, or am I just gonna, or is it just a matter of letting me direct?
This is basically giving you fast attack, letting you attack twice.
Gotcha. Okay.
So make the normal prowess a check, or normal prowess check against the first one.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay.
Ooh,
So there's a massive success. I would probably slam him anyway.
sweet.
Go ahead and roll your strength. Oh, no, we were going to let you do this because the spending. So you hit him, 8 strength. He's out. Give me a coordination check where you're kind of aiming him at his buddy.
Generated a 9.
Bless whoever that was.
Oh, that was one of the cats. There.
Well, bless the poor thing. A very loud
He sneezes like
There
a
they are.
man.
Yeah, he sure
very
does.
manly sneeze.
Yeah, I've got both cats here now. That's a great boy.
All right, so 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a major success. So the way I picture this, you can, you don't have to describe it like this, but or what? Actually, do you have a particular way you want to describe what she does?
No, you go for it. You go for it.
All right. I picture her running, kind of sliding across the hood of a car, to get between the woman who's getting her kid out of the car and the Kroomba. And you just bring a knee up into its gut, knocking it up in the air, and then rearing back and punching it, which arcs it towards the other guy.
That sounds delightful.
Hits him square on. The only thing that stops them from flying over the bridge is they hit one of the supports on the side. So there's this loud kind of clang, and then both of them just drop into kind of boneless heaps on the little sidewalk sort of thing on the side of the bridge.
Nice.
That's 2 more of them gone. Oh, I didn't mark off the first one you got rid of, so let me mark that one off. And the woman is telling you, "Oh, thank you so much," as she, pulls her baby out of the car seat and then turns around and kind of takes off. She was kind of at one of the edges, so her path should be fairly, she got to weave around a few more cars, but as far as any more Kroombas, her path is pretty clear.
That's good.
And most of the Kroombas that were kind of harassing normal people are really starting to notice you two now, because you two are the ones putting up fight.
That's good.
Wolf Witch.
This is actually a hard one. What I think she's going to do is she's going to burn a determination point to slap or to power stunt a burst effect onto her affliction guys. We're going to catch all the little flying Goombas in one big attack.
Okay. What about your buddy falling out of the air?
That's the problem. Got Master the Secret Magics. And I'm gonna hit him.
Alright.
Number to beat is a 10.
Alright, and this is an area effect to hit everybody.
Yeah.
Alright. So that would be their coordination. Alright, so that energy erupts out of you, and the first one doesn't get out of the way, the second one doesn't get out of the way, and the third one doesn't get out of the way. So how much damage does this do?
7.
I'm sorry, did you say the answer? I didn't hear.
It was 7 points.
7. Okay. And you're hitting it with like this. You said darkness energy or something.
It's an affliction. It's a burst effect for my affliction.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing you were using. You just did it in an area. Okay. So yeah, they all spasm then, like almost how you would imagine an insect reacts when it hits the bug zapper, just without the whole burning to a crisp, just kind of the.
Hopefully without the smell.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I imagine that comes from the burning.
That lovely smell.
So where they kind of grouped up around you and were attacking from different angles, you just kind of hit them all at once. It's and they drop.
I'm going to spend the rest of my turn. I'm going to ask you. Do you want me to go after Reliquary, or do you want me to try and catch Slapshot?
He's unconscious. He can't give you his opinion. What does Wolf Witch think is the right thing to do?
Darky, I'm your friend. You know that, right?
Season's almost over.
But who's going to be the PE coach at the school next season then?
Oh yeah, shoot. Landshark.
Oh, that's right. We had talked about that. Never mind.
She's going to bolt after him. After Reliquary.
All right. Then next up is Slapshot. Who was right close to the water, but do we know for sure if he was over the water? All right, Taylor, here's what I'm going to do.
So much of me is about to break.
We're going to roll a 6-sided dice. Before I roll, you will declare even or odd.
Oh dear. Okay.
If it comes up with what you call, you hit water. If not, you're going to hit the top of a building, the road, something else.
Died
So,
then.
Even or odd.
The odd.
I mean, to be fair, even hitting water could kill you.
This is true. I mean, y'all aren't like miles and miles up in the air, though. So, all right, I rolled a 5. That is odd. So he hits the water right here, between these two little bridges, basically.
And if I hit it wing first, I don't even feel it.
All right, so you go crashing down into the water. A normal human from this height, you might still break a bone or something.
That's a problem for when I wake up.
That's
It's a
tomorrow's
problem
problem.
for future me. But me right now is blissfully asleep.
As Slapshot is enjoying the one thing he hasn't done in a long time. Because once you don't have to
presumably
sleep.
the hockey stick hits the water at some point.
Hmm.
Not necessarily in the exact same place, though. And then it's Landshark, standing before a portal.
First, can I roll to see if I see Slapshot fall?
That's fair. I let Everlast, so yeah, go right ahead.
I probably don't see it. My awareness is not good, but
It's a tie. It's a marginal success. Yeah, I'll say you saw it.
I guess I see him fall into the water, or because it's already happened. So it'll be like he starts to go get catch Slapshot, for a
And then
second. Oh,
And then you realize, he came down between those two bridges over the lagoon. Oh,
you hear the splash and stop in your tracks.
yeah. So basically, I'm gonna continue with my plan to grab Earth to block
okay.
the portal, but I also want to make a lot of noise. I want to make myself a target. For as many, I doubt the Reliquary will notice me, but hopefully he will.
At
He's
the
probably,
distance y'all are blocks and blocks away from each other right now.
yeah, he's running anyway. He's not really wanting to engage. But I will make myself a target for as many as the Kroombas as I can. I was like, hey Kroombas, y'all can't take on a shark, and I'll try and grab some earth to block that portal.
All right, give me a roll. Okay, I'm hearing Sandman. What am I hearing, Sandman?
I am too.
Don't get us blocked, whoever that is.
DMCA is a thing, and we are on Twitter.
All right. All right, so they got us. Ooh, okay, so you lucked out. The difficulty was only a 6, and you got a 13.
Mm-hmm.
So how this works? You're glancing around at where the portals are, and it looks like the same sort of terrain on the other side. Like all these portals went to the same place.
Right.
You can't tell exactly where. It's like kind of arid looking. Not necessarily a desert, but it looks pretty dry. Got some scrub brush, clearly it's somewhere on Earth. There are plenty of more Kroombas on the other side heading towards the gate. When Landshark starts, how does Landshark do it when he's controlling Earth? Are there dramatic hand gestures?
His eyes turn black, subtle black like a shark, but he doesn't have to do hand gestures to do it.
Okay, so his eyes go black. He looks through one of the portals, and anybody that can see through any of them, it's like the kind of circle of portals. You just see the wave of dirt come up, like he just grabbed the dirt from all the way around the portals and just slammed it together. You saw some of the other Kroombas falling as the earth ripples under them. Wherever the other side of them portals are, there's probably a small, mountain of loose dirt now sitting on top of it. Some of it spills through the portals, but not a whole lot. But they are very effectively blocked.
Hopefully the Reliquary didn't buy himself enough time to escape.
And then it's the Reliquary's turn. Alright, we're going to start with his minions, though. All the flying ones is dead. At least I don't imagine we'll quit seeing somebody's blood on fire is,
Literally.
It's something they're going to shake off.
Yeah.
Alright, there are 9. Count them, 9. Kroomba's still on the bridge. 3 of them are on Bruce, including the bigger one. Or, hang on. No, there was 3 of them and the bigger one, so that's 4 of them on Bruce. Of the 5 scattered around, 4 of them are going to head towards Everlast, and that 5th one will he'll run towards Bruce, but he's far enough away that he won't get there this turn. They are effectively ignoring the normal people now. What few normal people are still struggling to get away. So, a few folks that were hiding behind cars waiting for a good opportunity to get up and sprint away at this point. By the end of this round, you will effectively be alone on the bridge.
Okay.
I mean, you and the Kroombas. Alright, so all the ones attacking Bruce are working together. So that's 1 for 1 bump, and then 2 to give him another bump. So yeah.
I did not roll well.
Alright. So first guy's trying to help.
Oh.
Second guy's trying to help. Third guy's trying to help. And then the fourth guy is actually taking his swing. Alright, he connects for half damage. Oh, wait, you gotta roll. No, I think you
Do I
gotta roll
roll?
once. Yeah, that's right. You only roll once because it's the cooperative action. So, yeah, only the big guy hits you. He does half damage, which you can totally tank.
Right.
Because he only hit you with a marginal success because you're tied. But it looks really impressive. They're all jumping around. One of them's trying to cover your eyes. They're really setting you up to get a good solid lick, and then it just kind of dink. And then the 4 going after Everlast. They are also going to team up because they don't know how tough or not tough she is. They just know she doesn't look damaged, and she's taken out several people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to roll your prowess, Mike, then I'll roll against it.
Oh.
All right, the first one does not actually help. The second one does
wait a
not
minute.
actually help. The third one got a marginal, so he can add a plus to this last guy. You've been better off going with that guy.
Phew.
5, 6, 7, which does not beat the 8. Oh no, it was going to be on the damage, so the 5 doesn't beat the 8. One guy, successfully distracts you a little bit, but you still manage to get out of the way of the main blow.
Yes.
And then the Reliquary gets down here. Ignore where I put him. He's basically going to a spot right around here. Wolf Witch, you see him off the distance, and you see him drop down through the roof of a building.
I don't like that.
So you would have flown past, or Slapshot. All right, top of the order with Everlast back at the bridge.
All right. So now it's just us and the bad guys.
Correct.
Okay. I'd like to stunt for I'd like to tag Warrior Reborn and stunt for a group attack to try to take out all the remaining Kroombas on the bridge. Could I do it as like a shockwave clap, or do I need to like hit the ground for a shockwave effect and risk damaging bridge and cars? I guess I'll probably risk that no matter what, but
Well, at least the people are off of it.
indeed.
You can do it either way.
Okay.
The stomp would definitely damage the bridge. But of course, that means anybody that survives, and if the bridge falls in, you might get them that way. The hand clap, I would say, would not damage the bridge, but it would it would damage cars, and to get everybody, it would involve you hitting Bruce with that too. From what you know.
But I can take a hit.
You can't take a hit.
But does Everlast know that much about Landshark?
I know
he's
he's
obviously tough. She's seen a little bit of that. But
yeah, I might. Honestly, I'm more worried about ruining the livelihoods of everyone who's left their car behind on this, because times is tough, especially when you lost your car. But yeah, I guess she'll worry about that afterwards, though, and she will definitely. Well, we'll see if the universe survives. Still having trouble, adjusting to that, big scope, cosmic, universal significance thing. She's still worried about this. She's still sweating the small stuff, basically. But she'll go ahead and do the. I've spent the determination point. I've tagged the Warrior Reborn. I'm going to try for that thunderclap attack. So but I'm just rolling this as a melee strike. Is that correct?
I believe so. It's basically because it's basically an area effect for your melee. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Generated an 11.
All right. Coordination, I think, is one lower than their prowess. Oh no, yeah, you're rolling coordination. I think they would still roll prowess, which is actually that's the number I've been rolling, so that works. All right, first one takes the damage. Second one takes the full damage. Oh, and one of them just rolled max, and it's not high enough to avoid it, so they're all going to take it. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Yeah. Oh wait, no, the big guy's damage reduction is a little higher, but not his actual prowess. All right. So you got all the guys that were approaching you. You kind of line them up. You see the guys on Bruce. You see the one kind of running to catch up with the guys in front of Bruce, and you just kind of line them all up, and then whoo. Landshark needs to give me a prowess roll to try to avoid this. All right, he is going to take the damage as well then.
How much damage is it?
My strength is 8.
Okay.
So he really felt this one, I'm sure.
I did, yes.
But everybody else, even that bigger guy, and most of the cars, just kind of go flying. A few of the cars go over the edge, and you hear them hit below.
Oh, sorry.
The ones that were close to the edge already. A couple of the cars bounce off of Bruce. One of them hits the clogged portal, and it hits like it landed on dirt basically, and then drops. But when the dust settles, Everlast is standing there with a huge, clean streak of bridge in front of her, with all kinds of cars and knocked out guys and debris kind of piled up at the end of the kind of a cone shape, with Bruce standing out there conspicuously, in the clean area.
You okay?
I'm good. Let's go help Wolf Witch.
Indeed.
As you spring up off the bridge with your wings and fins spread wide, you're streaking across this area. Well, as you initially take off, you realize there's a disturbance over in front of the hospital as well. Though from where you can see, you can tell even at a distance there's more Kroombas there. But it also looks like you have maybe 5 to 8 local heroes already dealing with it.
Oh.
You caught up with the Reliquary quicker than he was expecting you to, so you got there before one of his distractions went off. The thing on the bridge was like his, last minute panic. Oh crap, they're here. So y'all streak off after the Wolf Witch, and now it is her turn.
There's a big part of me that says just nuke the whole building, but I can't. Do I see them approaching? Everlast and Landshark, I mean.
If you glance over your shoulder, you can see them off in the distance, headed your way.
Okay. Then I'm going to descend for the Reliquary, ready to fire off a shot whenever I see him.
All right. So, like I said, you'd seen him smash through the roof of this building. You arc down. As you come in, there's signage around the place. It is the National Museum,
Of course.
Oh.
which give me an occult roll.
Oop, that's the here. Nice.
You know that the National Museum in Lagos, it has a lot of artifacts in it specific to Nigeria. You know, not like the British Museum where you go there and most of the stuff isn't from Britain. And one interesting culture that was native to Nigeria were the Nok. They were kind of known for their blanking on the word now. You know, kind of pottery, baked sculptures, sort of thing. Can't believe I lost that word. Anyway, they're an interesting culture because they went straight from the Stone Age to the Iron Age. They had no Bronze Age in between. Because the part of Nigeria they're in doesn't have a lot of tin or any of the other stuff you'd use as alloys. But they went along pretty good for a few hundred years and then just kind of mysteriously disappeared. Or disappeared with a mysterious quickness. As a part of the mystical community, though, you're aware a few of the things they've got here have some mystical significance. But since the culture that produced them disappeared so quickly, no modern day magicians really know what they do. There had for years been a local mystic in the area that had kind of kept an eye on the museum. You know, added some extra security, you know. But that was like 50 years ago, so you don't know if they're still around or not. But anyway, Reliquary left a nice hole in the ceiling that you can drop down into.
What do I find inside?
Rubble, some busted cases. You don't see the Reliquary in this particular hallway.
I should still have my ESP, right?
Yeah, if you'd like to take a round to look around with that, sure.
Sure. Let's do a quick buzz of the museum. My brain.
Okay, he's not specifically shielding himself, so difficulty's not going to be too low or too high, rather. And then I roll a 1 on top of it. All right, so you beat my 4 by 3, so that's a major success. So yes, you quickly spot him in one of the side rooms, or little wings that offshot from this one. It is one of the ones with Nok artifacts. And he's sort of like half running, kind of speed walking, I guess you'd say. Just doing quick glances at the, you know, at some of the cases. Until he comes up to a ceramic figure. That is, the plaque in front of it says that is depicting a mother. You know, the art style the Nok had it wasn't like a realistic style particularly, but it's definitely kind of humanoid. And you can see, you know, yeah, it's got a bulged out belly, so maybe it's pregnant. You know, clearly female. So you see him get to that one and kind of rear back with one of its gauntleted hands and smash the glass in front of it. Alarms start going off.
I head towards him at full speed.
All right, well, you can't move at the speed of sound inside a building. That would be bad.
Bring the whole thing down. Yeah, as fast as I reasonably can.
Yeah, you can get in the room with him without any trouble. As you enter, he's turning around. He's got the figure in one hand and his spear in the other one.
Taking a lot of risks with that, aren't you?
I simply wanted to keep a few souvenirs.
Curious choice. Tell
Madam?
me, have you...
Let me compliment you on your tenaciousness. You were on me like a tick on a hound dog.
It's rather down home saying for a evil occultist.
Well, he's always sounded very southern.
Oh, okay.
I think he may have even mentioned being from Savannah.
Well, I've always had an affinity for wool.
I see you've already lost one friend. Do you really want to try to take me on alone?
I've killed far greater beings than you. You will just be a balancing of a cat.
You couldn't have taken the crucible, but I did.
Everyone has an off day.
Hmm.
Painted.
And today may be yours. Going to have to teach you the difference between immortality and being functionally immortal.
I'm going to rip your soul out. I'm going to rip your soul out and put it in a small jar right next to the symbol monkey.
Wait, you keep the symbol monkey next to your other artifacts? Oh, that's a...
I know, it's so creepy, right?
It doesn't close its eyes, it sees everything. Alright, so you got into the building, you used your ESP, and then you moved again to get into the room with him, so I'm going to say that's your turn. Slapshot is napping. Landshark.
I'm on my way chasing after Wolfwitch and Reliquary.
That's
Fast
great.
as we can.
And then you get to the edge of the lagoon. Are you going to fly across the water? Are you going to look for Slapshot? He's still floating out there somewhere.
I know Slapshot's in the water. If he's in the water, there's no way I'm going to get him. So I guess if I have to fly over the water, I will. Close my eyes. Fly for a little bit.
And then open it.
Yeah. Probably hit a bird.
Here's what I'm going to do, Curtis. I'm going to roll a d6.
D6 again.
You're going to call even or odd.
Even.
Even, all right. So if it's even, you open your eyes and you have successfully crossed the water and you're on the other side. Heart rate's up, you're breathing heavy, but you're okay. If it comes up odd, you open your eyes when you're still out in the middle of the water. And you're going to have a freak out. I rolled a 3.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
You haven't made it completely across yet when you open your eyes. I mean, you can see the shore in front of you. You can see bridges on either side of you. You can see, if you glance back, you can see the shore. But looking down, all you see is blue. How would Bruce react? Like I said, he's having a freak out.
Ooh.
Would he curl up in a ball in the air and just, keep flapping his fins?
He might. If he had any sense, he would just fly up really, really high where it didn't matter. My apologies to the city of Lagos.
Well, you've got to be on the ground to use the earthquake stuff, don't you?
No, earthquake is not grounded. Tremors and
Oh.
earthquake's condition is that it's uncontrolled. It didn't have a double.
Oh, I see. Then yeah, the ground is probably starting to tremble some. All right, but how is Landshark going to try to avoid the water? What's he going to? Is he going to panic and just shoot for like one of the bridges? I'm going to say you're closer to one of the side bridges than you are to either coast.
He's gonna panic and run for the closest bridge or land that he can get to.
All right, then this move him out of the way. So I'm going to say this bridge right here.
I was rolling to see how bad his reaction was. I figured one or two, he's just gonna curl into a ball.
So he flies down, he hits the bridge kind of hard, landing on it, Cars start honking their horns. People are swerving to miss him as he kind of crawls to the middle of the road. He lays there shaking, and the bridge starts shaking with him because the surrounding area is shaking with him. You're not covering the entire city yet, but kind of, out here starts to shake. Inside the museum, Wolf Witch, the building starts to shake some.
Oh, Bruce.
That's right. She has worked with Bruce before. Everlast, you see this happen. He's flying across. There's no problem. Suddenly, he stops in the air, just streaks over to one of the bridges, and then everything starts to, everything under you starts to shake some. And then it is Reliquary's turn. And he is going to... He is going to try to hit Wolf Witch with a spell.
I do not approve of that action.
The spell comes out in Greek. You recognize some reference to the chains that bound Prometheus.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Ew.
She's immortal. I'm sure she can handle having her liver eaten every day.
I'm not immortal. I just, use magic to extend my lifespan. You shoot me, I die.
Duly noted. All right. So it is the binding power. So it's coordination versus coordination for the initial hit. Oh, the dice roll does not like me. All right.
That means they like us.
So actually, you're pretty sure you know what this spell is, and you jump out of the way as chains erupt up out of the ground and try to snag you. And then for his movement, he kind of circles around another couple of tables and is like heading towards the door. Still kind of keeping you in sight, but trying to maneuver. Everlast.
Right. So I am still running eyes. I've seen Land Shark recover, dive in, panic, and recover. I figure this means that it's going to be, I feel the shaking, but I think at this point I need to focus on getting Slapshot out of the drink. So I think I'm going to dive in and try to pull him out.
All right, give me an awareness roll.
Sure. I've generated a 10.
All right, you're carrying a decently big area. But you do manage to spot him. His outfit is darker and shows up.
Do I see his hockey stick?
That would be a much higher difficulty.
Oh. Can't leave without the hockey stick. Well, I guess I could. And,
but you swoop down and you flick him out of the water because...
okay.
Well, actually, y'all are on the team. You probably know what his abilities are. But...
So I bring him up without the stick.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And then you can, if you want to go land next to Bruce, you've got enough movement to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do that. Then maybe dive back in for the hockey stick, because that's kind of important. Or maybe if I revive him, he might be able to have some, I don't know, innate connection that could have a better chance of finding it than I would. So, but that's next page's problem.
Yep. And then it is Wolf Witch's turn.
I am going to try to get ahead of the Reliquary and then just blast him in the face with my affliction attack.
All right.
So that'd be a coordination to overtake him.
No, you can just use your movement to drop back to the door before he gets there. That's fine.
Okay.
And then your affliction blast is what, coordination versus a coordination?
Yeah.
Okay. So he got an 8, so that's the number you need to beat. All right, you rolled a 5, so he manages to duck out of the way. Then it is Slapshot's turn.
I'll be right back.
All right. Then it is Bruce's turn. Bruce, give me a willpower roll.
I think that's going to be... and 3.
And give yourself a termination point. Because I'm giving you a -2.
You didn't roll
At least
very
I think
well.
I am. I think you've got a... yeah, afraid of water. So I'm,
Yes,
I'm triggering that to cause you trouble.
That's why it's there, I guess. Trouble.
Truthfully, last round should have been causing you trouble too, so I guess give you a second one. Alright, so you needed to beat a... oh, I haven't rolled. Let's see what you need to beat.
I only got a 4, so it's not looking too good.
Alright, well, things don't get any worse. You just haven't gotten better yet. Next round I won't trigger any trouble because you'll have been on what you're at least perceiving as solid ground for a little bit. As long as he doesn't think about the fact that it's all water up under the bridge.
Because it is just water under the bridge.
But there might be a hockey stick under there too. You never really know.
If only.
All right, back in the museum.
I'm back.
Oh, good, because he's just about to attack you again.
Just in time.
This time he just darts forward. He's just using the spear. Nothing fancy. Just stabbity
That
stab.
spear's gotta go.
So this is prowess versus prowess. You need to beat a 10.
Not happening. It's okay. Did those doggos surprise you? The cat puked on the bed, woke her up, ralphing, and the dog surprised her when they came out of the kennel. She's still groggy.
There's too much going on and I just woke up. I know that feeling. I can greatly sympathize.
You know, well, when you said it's okay, I thought that was your response to, the attack.
Having gotten stabbed, yes. Alright, so lose spear does 6 points of damage to you.
Ooh, so still have 3 stamina left.
We're trying to get there.
Let's see. He sees he got a good lick. Stand down, woman, and I'll let you live. Before, as long as the world has. You're magical. You might be able to pop off into some other world.
Oh, I could, but I'd feel so terrible knowing that you were still breathing. Do you still breathe, by the way?
I do indeed. I'm beginning to think we have a lot in common.
Oh, here we go.
Don't try that. Don't
We're like you and I.
stand.
The Basileus might have a place for you.
Ah,
I mean, there need to be 2 humans that survive all this.
I don't really consider you a human. More of a something to be scraped off the human family tree.
I withdraw my offer.
Yeah.
And then it is Everlast's turn.
All right. So, is Slapshot like is he spurting up water or is he still unconscious?
He's unconscious. He hasn't spit any water out.
Well, I guess I need to apply some. I'm going to assume I know CPR and start applying. Try to if I need to spend a possibility or excuse me a determination point on his behalf to give him that whatever the determination.
Taylor, does Slapshot have to have the hockey stick with him to have all that abilities?
He is transformed, so no.
Okay, so it's something that the stick did to him.
Yes, he has
not
the
dependent on
abilities due to it selecting him.
Gotcha.
Once he agreed to the selection, it's just him.
When he's in a position where he could breathe, does he breathe out of habit? Because obviously he pulls in air if he's going to talk.
Typically, but like if he was conscious, and that's why I said when the portal opened, the air hit him. Like he consciously knows not to breathe. He's been a hero long enough to know that people use poison gas.
So anyway, whenever Everlast gets over to him, he hadn't spit up any water, but he seems to be breathing like normal when you get to him.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. However, I did. I'm gonna Landshot. Can you watch over Slapshot until he comes to?
Sure.
All right. I'll head over into the museum. And you can just watch out for more of those Kroombas. And then she will take off at super speed for the museum.
Okay. So you spend your entire action just as fast as you can. you get to the museum. Now you were far enough away you wouldn't necessarily have seen what building they went into. But up in the air, you see the building with a hole in it, so I guess that would be a pretty good sign.
Oh, right, because I can fly.
Yeah, currently.
You're welcome.
So spending this entire round, you can move. You can get basically the 2 areas or so you'd have to travel to get there.
Cool.
So you drop through the hole and land, and then next round, you will hear the fighting going on undoubtedly. So. Then it is Wolf Witch's turn.
I'm going to back up. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh no, I think I'll stick with this action. I thought maybe I should have opened a portal to the headquarters to get Slapshot into the healing chamber of the temple. But if he's merely unconscious and not on the verge of dying, then I'll opt to checking on Wolfwitch to see how she's doing in the fight.
All right, so Wolf Witch, you said you were backing up.
Yeah, I'm gonna scooch back a little bit and throw another blast his way.
So you're getting out of the way of the door, or are you stepping through the door?
I am stepping through the door.
Okay, so you're kind of out in the hallway, but still inside of him, firing off. Gotcha.
And I'm going to tap Master of Secret Magics to give myself a bonus to hit.
Okay. This is coordination versus coordination.
12 is the magic number to beat.
Yowza. Give yourself a determination because he's going to tap Villainous, a veteran of the Second World War, to try to help himself. And he rolled max, which is still loses by 1, but at least it's only the minimum success. So how much damage does that do?
Half that will be
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That made it. I didn't mean to say he was making it marginal. Just that he got the baseline success.
Yeah.
That you got the baseline success. So you're doing full damage. He got an 11. You got a 12.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I worded that confusingly.
Yeah, 7 points ignores any resistance that isn't affliction.
Except for affliction resistance. Do you remember when I rolled for him casting a spell as he flew away?
Oh.
Now he was doing it out of fear of the hockey stick, but affliction resistance is affliction resistance. All right, so you said you do 7 points of damage.
Everyone cut out for a second.
And you cut out for a second. I was asking. You said you do 7 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 7 minus his ranks in magic. You see him grit his teeth. I mean, it clearly hurts some. But he don't drop like the bug things, and like the Kroombas dropped. Then it's Slapshot. Bruce. All right, so Land Shark. This round, I'm just going to say that he calms down. He's on solid ground. He's been there for a few seconds. Somebody told him, hey, take care of this guy. So hero instincts are kicking in. So his heart starts to slow a little bit. As he calms down, the shaking stops a little bit. There's a lot of people in parked cars just looking through their
Did
windshield.
Everlast get Slapshot's hockey stick too?
No,
I did
just
not.
Slapshot.
Okay, just Slapshot. If I can try and nudge Slapshot to wake him up, I will. If not, I'll just keep catching my breath.
Do you have any kind of medical skill? Well, no, you've only got the skill.
No.
You could try an intelligence roll for a medicine roll on him. Negative. Failures could be bad if you got like a major or massive failure, though.
Apply a tourniquet
Wake up!
around his
How
neck.
strong are you again?
He has water in his lungs. Lungs of blue. Give me something pointy.
I'll try to help him. I won't
Alright.
do anything too extreme.
Give me an intelligence roll then. All right, now I'm just gonna give it a baseline difficulty.
Oops.
No, but it wasn't not a massive
No,
failure
was
either.
not massive.
So you're shaking him, you're peeling his eyes open.
Hey, hey. We gotta get off this bridge. There's water.
If only you had someone here who could carry him. Some of the cars in the other lane are starting to squeeze on past you since it doesn't look like there's currently a fight. There's a lot of rubbernecking. What is going on over there?
I'm back conscious.
No, he failed the roll.
Oh.
But it wasn't a
Right.
massive failure, so.
He didn't kill you.
So he didn't like slap you to wake you up with his 9 string. Wake up! Be a new low for Land Shark accidentally omni-manning somebody.
Slap him and you hear bone crack. It's like, oh, that's not good.
I meant to slap him, but I turned my hand like a chop, and it was just bad.
Oh.
But the city was okay. It was only like a 2 on the Richter scale. All right, and Reliquary. He gonna try stabbing again.
You could try not to.
He could, but I've already said what he was gonna do, so it's only fair. 9 is the number to beat with your prowess. He stalks after
One of
you,
you
of course.
have been around a long time to say this isn't the first time I've been in melee with somebody with a stabbing implement.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Been the determination.
Nice.
Oh, that is nice. By which I mean I am not pleased.
I'm very pleased.
Boy.
All right. So top of the order with Everlast.
All right.
So
So
you've landed. You hear the fighting. Then you see Wolf Witch kind of backpedal out of a room, and the Reliquary come out, stabbing at her with the spear that you are oh so familiar with.
oh yeah.
In one
So
hand,
what I like.
but he's got this ceramic statue in the other hand.
Oh. So how do I want to go about this? I'm gonna just try to at super speed, just try to like do a sneak dive and just pluck the artifact from his hands.
All right.
Just
I
like
believe that may be a particular maneuver.
yeah, the take or the grab.
I believe it's the grab.
Yes. It's a lower of prowess or strength against the opponent's strength.
All right. So if you've got it pulled up, what does he roll?
Strength, and I roll either my prowess or strength, whichever is lower.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a roll for this. Grab, and that's plus prowess.
All right.
Don't have a grab skill, but let's see what happens here. Great. Hey, yes.
All right. So he rolled a 4.
I rolled a 9. I
So
believe
that's
I've got
a
it.
massive success.
Clean swipe.
So yeah, you zip by.
Thank
And then you're
you.
holding this little,
You said it was a figure. It was a sculpture of a pregnant. What looks like a pregnant woman.
Yes, very, very stylized, but yes.
Nice.
All you hear from him is, "What in tarnation?"
Yeah.
Give that back, girl. You don't know what you're holding.
No, I don't, but I know I don't want you to have it.
If it's with me, it'll survive what's coming. Let's see. And I believe it is Wolf Witch's turn then.
And seeing as how it's the start of my turn, and I had a marginal success, he needs to make a strength or regeneration roll against the affliction.
Oh, does it just keep going?
It's a reoccurring effect until he's able to beat it.
Alright, so he makes a strength roll, you said.
Versus my affliction rate.
Alright. Well, you need to beat a 4.
Oh, I did not put in the modifier.
Okay.
So that'd be 7, so that'd be...
Yeah, you beat him with just the dice roll anyway, so. And how much damage did it do?
Does 7.
Alright. Oh, that's right. That's just like last time. So he takes a little more damage.
And, you know what? I'm feeling a little... So I'm going to burn a determination point to just have... Let's see. How did I pull this up?
You're coming and going there. We're catching like half your sentence.
I'm sorry.
You said you were feeling something.
I'm feeling pretty hurt right now, so what I'm going to do is burn a determination point to pull up Touch of the Leech. Which power did I copy for that? That was Energy Drain.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That will,
Gonna
if that
burn-
succeeds, that will hurt him and heal you, I believe.
Yep.
Alright, so what does he need to roll to resist it? Well, I guess it's prowess for you to touch him.
Yeah.
So his prowess roll is an 11.
And come on, pull back up. And mine is an 8.
Alright, so you mumble your spell or whatever. Was this a spell or was it just an ability you had?
That's a spell.
Okay. And you're burning the determination to have it instantly?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So you lunge forward, your hand starts to glow, or there's a visual effect as you lunge at him. And he kind of does a shuffling, quick step back into the room. Because he might have recognized the spell or might have just realized you weren't intending anything good for him.
It could have been deep. He has little faith in me.
Well, you've already got his blood boiling, so well, excuse me, burning. Well, it is boiling at this point, but that's really more Everlast's fault. Alright, then it's Slapshot and Land Shark. You want to make another attempt to wake him up?
Yeah, I think I will.
Alright.
I'm going to use a determination point, though.
Okay, what are you tapping?
Sorry, I'm wasting my time trying to think of something funny.
I'm a shark, because sharks are well-known doctors.
But he does frequently use movie quotes or parodies of them. Be like, come on, Slapshot, wake up. We've only got 14 hours to save the Earth.
Alright, give me the roll.
Why is this not working?
8 is the number you need to beat.
Did it not roll? I guess not.
It hadn't come up if it did. There we go.
Ah,
Now, is that with the +2 for using a determination then?
yes, it is.
Okay. All right, then it is the Reliquary's turn. He's got Wolf Witch is pretty hurt, but Everlast is pretty fresh, and he's pretty hurt. So what he does is mumble something a true Southern gentleman would never say in front of two ladies. And he brings his spear up in a slash, and another portal opens up kind of in the doorway he just stepped through.
Damn it.
Oh.
And then a moment later it closes. Because it's 4:20, so we're actually running a bit late.
It is.
Because we got started 50 minutes late, so that works out. But anyway. So he has made his escape. However, Everlast is in possession of whatever it was he was after here. And if you recall, the other places he was hitting, he was stealing things from museums and sites of antiquity.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, y'all get Slapshot woke up. Slapshot, is there an easy way for you to find your hockey stick?
Yes, I will jump into the lake and it will talk to me.
Lagoon, but yes. So once they get you roused up, you spend time fetching it.
Landshark basically wakes me up and I go, I have to jump into the ocean now. And I just stand up and jump off the bridge into the water.
Just stand there with his jaw dropped. Like,
You and several of the cars that had stopped because they saw this guy fall. Well, it's like he fell out of the river onto the bridge, and now what is going on here? The fighting at the university teaching hospital gets wrapped up by local heroes. Presumably, that was meant to be a distraction to keep them busy while the Reliquary stole what he needed. Y'all being able to track him down so quickly, caught him by surprise. There is some damage from the city suffering a minor earthquake. Agent Tolliver is very not pleased with that. Landshark gets a firm talking to.
well, they didn't have to build the city on a fault line.
He starts screaming that Nigeria is not our fault line, and then catches himself. I probably should check that for sure, to be sure. But Landshark does get some good press from catching the car that went over the edges. Both, when the family's interviewed later, and somebody on the ground, a little bit away from the bridge, actually caught it on camera. Tolliver isn't happy with any of you really about the Reliquary escaping, though given the number of troops he was able to pour out to oppose you, but you prevented civilian death. He does give you a lot of credit for that. And he suggests Wolf Witch and Saint Moon, and really any other mystics that he's got access to. Try to figure out what that artifact does that was so important he was trying to steal it.
Well, people have been trying to do that for centuries, but maybe we'll pull off a miracle.
He goes, well, if you're going to, now's the time to do it. Clutch moment. I had meant to go into today what Muck Boots little expedition had discovered. But we'll just start off next session talking through that. So everybody will have a chance, these characters will have a chance to heal up and rest. And we'll be back in 2 weeks for the wrap up of Season 2.
Oh.
Awesome.
Our big finish.
Hope you guys had fun. I enjoyed running for you. I hope anybody that comes by later and watches this on YouTube or listens to the podcast version, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll be back next session. And then we will go into, later down the road, we'll go into Season 3, which is going to be like 3 little mini-series that we'll go into the details of probably at the end of next session. So anyway, again, I was your GM, and with me has been Curtis, Mike,
See ya.
Taylor,
See ya.
and Zach.
Have a good night.
And we'll see y'all next time.